echo, hearts laid bare, battle scars we all still wear. Through the storm, through the fight, searching for hope in the dead of night. No more hiding, no more shame. Face the fire, call the name. Lessons learned, stories told. Rise again from the ashes cold. Tuesday talk, light in the dark, where the broken find their spark. Tales of pain, but we still stand, side by side, hand in hand. Tuesday talk, light in the dark, where the broken find their spark. Tales of pain, but we still stand, side by side, hand in hand. Shadows whisper, demons call, but we refuse to lose it all. Every fall, every tear, built the strength that brought us here. We are warriors, we are fire. Turn the hurt into desire. Not alone, never lost. One more chance, no matter the cost. Tuesday talk, light in the dark, where the broken find their spark. Tales of pain, but we still stand, side by side, hand in hand.
All right, here we are. Good morning, everyone. We're going to do this a little bit different today because all my co-hosts have VA appointments this morning. So that's just the way it's going to go, right? Today is May 13th. It is 2025, and we are just about 10 days post-hike, right? And we've had some things happen, some things go on. We got some more stuff happening. I don't even know where to begin, right? This past weekend was an incredible weekend for Albert and the guys down in Myrtle Beach. They had a good little veterans appreciation, military support weekend with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. If I was better at this computer stuff, I'd be able to show you some pictures. I'm not 100% on this kind of stuff just yet. So, hey, you know what? It is the way it is. So if there's anybody out there that wants to help run our Tuesday talk, I would be very interested in talking to you. I could sure use a producer and a director, somebody that wants to help out with some of the intricacies of running a podcast and trying to put things on and scheduling and all the other good stuff that happens with it, right? So I'm trying to get back in here so I can see y'all, really know who's on here. Doesn't look like anybody at the current moment, but hey, I'll just sit here and talk to myself because it's what I've done for 50 something years. So the CVMA Pelicans, they are a combat vet motorcycle association. They were raising some awareness with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans this past weekend, and our very own Albert Wooden got to be there and throw out the first pitch. It was pretty incredible for those guys to be able to be down there and share a little bit of camaraderie, right? Not a national pastime, baseball. It rained. It was wet. It wasn't the best, but hey, they went and they did it, you know? And ironically, this weekend, I too got to spend some time with a minor league baseball team, the historic Toledo Mudhens. If you know anything about me and my affinity for MASH growing up as a kid. Maxwell Q. Klinger being from Toledo, and Monday nights always being time for me and my dad to sit and watch MASH. The Toledo Mudhens was his team. I got to be up there. I got to watch it. And funny enough, my daughter threw out a first pitch too. So it's been an incredible weekend. I was filled with a whole lot of gratitude up in Toledo, talking with these guys. I got to see our Thunderbird friends again, talking with them. And, those guys dealt with some pretty serious adversity the last couple of weeks. There was a fatality at the air show in Langley. It was one of their cohorts, one of their buddies, one of their travel friends, performers, aviators. Just, it was tragic. It is tragic. It's just the way it goes in this line of work that these guys have. So I checked in on those guys. We checked in on them. They checked in on us. It was really a good weekend. We got to hear some little bit of stories on how they dealt with things, what they do, and how they dealt with it. They did a piano burning ceremony, which dates all the way back to, I want to say World War I, World War II, might have been World War II, to commemorate the aviators that were lost. And I think it was a huge healing moment for everyone, or a grief moment, I guess. I don't know that you can have healing, 24 hours after an accident like that, a tragedy like that. But you know what? It does take time. But you do need to process almost immediately, I think. A lot of us at least need to talk about what happened. We need to convince our own brain that what we don't want to believe happened really happened. And it's life, guys. It's life. We have to process those things, trauma and grief and all those other good emotions that we have coming out. Boy, I'd like to talk about some other stuff too, but I need some help. We at Save 22 need your help. We need, where do we go? Right here. We need you to email us right here at tuesdaytalk@save22.vet, right? So we just need your info, your stories. Share it with us, right? Help us out a little bit. It'll help you too. Tell us about your favorite veterans. Tell us about your experiences leaving the service. We're going to put this on Do Not Disturb because it's really, really getting annoying at the present moment. So we're going to turn this off real quick and let this happen. If you're out there and you're watching, hey, hit me up, right? If you want to join in, I can put our link right over here in the chat. No, wrong king. So I'm going to put our link right here in the chat, and we're going to sit around for a little bit, and we're going to see if anybody wants to join and be part of the Save 22 Tuesday Talk here on YouTube with me, Flyboy, while Albert and John Jr. are at their VA appointments. So we got that out there, waiting for some people. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. I know my mom's listening. I know my wife's listening. So, hey, it is what it is. Like they don't get enough to talk about. They don't get enough of a chance to hear me talk. Anyway, so let's see, what else can we talk about here without our people? So I have some NHRA, some ARCA, and some Xfinity stuff happening. In the ARCA series, on the 23rd and 24th of May down in Charlotte. That's a big Memorial Day weekend, right? It's a huge weekend for motorsports with the Indy 500, the Grand Prix of Monaco, and Formula One. NASCAR has what was used to be called the Coca-Cola 600. I don't know what it's called this weekend. Excuse me. But Save 22 and Mike Harmon Racing will be there down at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. My understanding is we're going to have anywhere between 5 and 10 veterans there for the entire weekend. We're going to have another house. Some guys can stay, and we'll have the decompression time. We like to call it truck time, travel time back and forth from the event. And then you've got the chill out, right? The therapy time, which is just what we call it, right? It's not real therapy. We're not real therapists. We're not doctors. We're just experienced in some of this shit that, we call trauma and trauma recovery and trauma growth and transitioning to the civilian life, military PTSD, whatever you want to call what you're going through. We're pretty experienced in it, and we're willing to talk about it. So, we really hope that you guys get into some of our programs. I know that I have a website link here somewhere. So right down here at the bottom, you see that save22.vet. That's where you get in there and you can sign up for our programs. And we're going to have Charlotte is full. I want to tell you that right now. Charlotte's full for the Memorial Day weekend. But what we have coming up again in June, we have ARCA and Xfinity at Michigan, which is June 6th and 7th. Right, we have a couple people up there. If you're in the local area, Brooklyn, Michigan, NASCAR Xfinity ARCA Series, we're going to be there with Ryan Roulette and Maples Racing, and then Mike Harmon Racing in the Xfinity Series as well. We're also going to be down at a Jeebus Memorial Poker Run. It is the third year for this run, and AmBets down in Ohio is holding their Memorial Run for Chris Jeebus. And Jason and I went down there 3 years ago for their very first one. And I got to tell you, having met the area, the small town people, the wife, the kids, oh my God, just everybody that rode with Chris and what they were able to put on in such a short time and to keep it going for another 3 years. So kudos to you guys down there at the AmBets. So thank you very much. There is also a car show up in Painesville, I believe it is, called Breaking the Stigma with our buddy Josh. He's putting on his third annual car show up there to break the stigma of mental health and be able to talk about it. So lots happening, lots going on. We also have a NHRA event coming at the end of June. And I want to let you know that is June 27, 28, and 29 at Norwalk, Ohio, right? So I need you to get down here, save22.vet, go onto the programs, click Norwalk, Ohio, or I'm sorry, don't click on it. Click program application, right? Get involved. Come do some of our programs. And I'd really like you to put in Norwalk, Ohio or NHRA in the subject line. The program will be motorsports. Look into it, right? We can take probably, I'd say anywhere from 4 to 8, maybe 10 a day. It's a 3-day event. You don't have to go all 3 days, but the only way you're going to know about this is if you hit us up right down here, Tuesday Talk, save22.vet, hit us up, send us an email, tell us you want to go, get on save22.vet, fill out the program applications, let us know you're interested in traveling to some of these things. Right now, we as Save22 cannot pay for your travel. We do ask that you're semi-local, but we do have things that we can do to help you out. Lex June will be providing hospitality for the event. That includes tickets to the event. It gives you the pit pass that allows you access to his hauler, right around the car, lunch, possibly dinner, depending on how late they run and what his arrangements are for the weekend. And then we're going to watch some racing. You know, the last event that Lex went out, he made the race. And to be able to see these guys, you know, the back of their hauler says never quit, right? And these guys didn't quit. There were 3 qualifying rounds, I believe it was. And they made it on their last effort, and they got in, and they made the race. And some of the other higher dollar teams came over and helped Lex out to make the best first round run that he's made in quite a while. They really wanted him to do good, and some of the big name people came over and sat with some of our guys at Lex's trailer with Save 22 and everyone that helps Lex make that event happen. So we were very excited in Charlotte a couple of weeks ago at the 4 Wide Z-Max Dragway. So we're looking at Norwalk, Ohio, June 27, 28, and 29. Yours personally, Flyboy, will be there for all 3 days. We're trying to figure out how many people we're going to be bringing. But hey, give us a shout out. Again, tell me right here, Tuesday Talk, and then save22.vet right here. Sign up for the program application. Norwalk, Ohio, NHRA. I know I got friends here that are big time drag racing fans. So, hey, do it to it, and we will see you at the track. What else do we got coming up? July 19th, Beach City, Ohio, the Beach City Car Show. They've asked us back again this year. This is their second or third year for that event as well. So, hey, we got Tommy Indorf sitting here watching right now. We're the only one at the current time, but thanks for joining on, Tommy. What else do we got going on? Send me some info here. Boy, oh boy. Let's talk about gratitude. I guess we could talk about gratitude for a minute, right? And when you finally appreciate everything that you've been through, to understand why and where you are now, right? In my experience, I like to say what Joey Diaz says, right? Joey Diaz, a comedian, big friend of Joe Rogan. Joey says, I was a good kid. Somewhere along the way, I lost my track, right? I lost my way. And that's just what happened to me. I don't know what happened. I was always a go-getter, a motivator, very proud of myself. Okay, I was arrogant and I was cocky, and I didn't know how to maintain myself. I didn't know how to operate when things were a certain way. I didn't know how to process emotions. It was go, go, go. It was fix the problem, move on, and don't think about it anymore. Until one day that didn't work for me. And I don't know what day that was. I don't know what happened with it. I don't know why. I just know now, looking back, that I am through it and I've started another chapter in my life. That was a period, right? And I don't want to go back there anymore because I've closed that chapter and I've started a new one. And this new one is gratitude. And you'll hear, if you hang around me long enough or listen to any of the other podcasts, you'll see that that's a big deal. And I'll challenge you to do that to yourself, right? Do that to yourself in your own life. When you see the histories and the periods of life that you've been through, try to break them down into chapters, right? And see when you started rewriting that chapter or you started writing the next chapter, and be honest with yourself. Because if you turn around that perspective of negativity, if you turn it over to a positive, you take that one negative, you turn it into 3 positives. And then you try to turn it into 5 positives or 7 positives or whatever you're trying to do, you'll see that your mindset's going to change on the perspective of what you went through. Right. So, I mean, we can talk about a lot of stuff. We can talk about my suicide attempt. We can talk about certain situations in the military where I thought I got hosed over, or traumatic events of, shutting down an engine on Christmas Eve over Pakistan and my pilot screwing up the checklist. We can do a lot of stuff like that, and you can sit and be negative. You absolutely can. Patrick Drabeck, my man, Goat Locker Racing. I want to know how you're feeling. Man, I hope you're pulling through. I hope you're doing well. We really missed you at the hike. Can't wait to talk to you again. Thanks for dropping by, my friend. Really appreciate you. So, you can hone in, you can tractor beam, you can hone in on only that negativity, and your brain will sit there and just stay there. And then anything that, in my opinion, in my experience, anything that plays against that or goes against that negative, that nastiness, that negativity, you don't want to hear it because it's violent. It's right. It's not meshing. And when I say violent, that's the way it can feel in your head. And that's the way it felt in my head. It felt like a freaking roller coaster. Just, them bouncy balls. So you take all them bouncy balls and then you take ball bearings and you just throw everything together and you shake it up and you see everything bounce around. That's how my head felt And I couldn't come out of it. I didn't know what to do. Every time I turned around, it was a new, what I perceived as a problem. And it really messed me up. Right. And I would beat myself up on not knowing certain things. And, not going to lie, I'd panic. Right. Internally, I would panic. Right. My head would spin. I'd start to sweat. I couldn't get thoughts out. You just want to yell at people. Every little thing got to you. Everything. And then at some point you realize it's no fun being angry and upset all the time, right? And you hear people saying, why are you always angry? Why are you always angry? I'm not angry. This is just who I am. No, John, I think you're angry. You're upset about something, and I want to know what it is. And then you can't put a finger on it. You can't say one thing that's setting you off. You just know that everything's setting you off. Yeah, I just got flashback for a minute. I get those light switch moments, right, where you realize certain things happen for certain reasons, and all of a sudden things just make sense. And one of the things was when I was going through that struggle last year with everything that I had going on. My therapist said to me, she asked me a question, and she said, "What is it about? What's driving you so crazy right now?" And I said, I want to be a good son. I want to get my parents the help that they need to do more for them than they can do for themselves. And I just want to be a good son. And she told me to define good son. And I froze. I distinctly remember that moment with Jessica. I can remember looking at her and her looking at me. And it was as if our eyes locked and this aha moment happened that I can't define good son. And she looked at me and said, if you can't define a goal, how are you going to achieve it? Well, that right there let me know that no matter what I did, it wasn't going to be enough because I was chasing a goal that I could not define. And that'll make you crazy. That will legit, right? That will legit make you crazy. So have some gratitude for the situations that you are in and realize that you are right where you are supposed to be when you are supposed to be there. And if it feels like you're constantly fighting yourself or others, maybe you're trying to let go of something and move on to something better, and you don't know how to let go of that past. You don't know how to let go of that comfortable feeling of where you've always been to see where you're going. Right? You're so comfortable being uncomfortable that you're making it more difficult on yourself just to get through that day. Waking up this morning with the dog right here with her little whining and chirping and all of her little growling and stuff that she does, it makes it very difficult to wake up angry in the morning. It really does. When you have a 9-pound Shih Tzu right here, as soon as that sun comes up, it's like, Dad, get up. Dad, move. Dad, I got to pee. Dad, get up. And it's okay, right? It's okay because I've always been that taker care of, that people pleaser, right? Well, turning that people pleasing into a me pleasing is realizing that I like my dogs. I like my little dogs. I like my mornings. I like my coffee. And it's okay to like these things, right? It's okay to not do anything for a couple hours when you wake up, right? You're not that 25-year-old who has to get up 30 minutes before you're supposed to be at work, haul ass into the shower, get in the car, drive 80 miles an hour just to get to work 1 minute prior, right? And we can take the time. And so many people say that they don't have time to do certain things. I would challenge you that if you were to slow down your thinking and say, this is what I need in the morning for my day to go well, if you would get yourself up 30 minutes earlier, slow down your shower, brush your teeth, shave your head. Me, it's every day, every other day. Take a shower, get dressed, come down, have a cup of coffee, sit, contemplate, plan out some things. If you would take that extra 30 minutes, you would find that the rest of your day could go a whole lot easier. When you wake up rushed and late, and you're putting this pressure on yourself, the reason that pressure is there is because you didn't plan accordingly. So piss poor planning on your part does not necessitate an emergency on mine. That goes for yourself too. If your planning is so piss poor that every day is an emergency, maybe you should adjust your planning, right? Let's back it up 30 minutes. Give yourself an extra 30 minutes, right? Just because you know it takes you 22 minutes to get to work, don't leave with 23 minutes to go, right? You're putting unrealistic expectations on yourself. Tommy's over here saying, I'm finding out it's okay to sit outside a minute until I really get moving. Well, yeah, it's okay. We don't have to keep going, right? You do have to keep going. You got to keep breathing. That's about it. You just got to keep breathing. Keep it moving. The other thing I'd like to say too is how many irons do you have in the fire? Right? How many things are you trying to accomplish? When I went through my BS last year, I had, I guess we'll just say it. I had the disability, right? I was a traveling instructor for the government, and I would travel every few weeks, and I'd go teach for about 16, 17 days, instrument landing systems for the government and how to maintain them. And it got to the point the up and the down was really jacking with my back. I have some nerve damage back there, and it made it difficult, very, very difficult to focus. And pain's a funny thing. So pain can make you do things you don't really think you would do, or talk or act, or what it does is it clouds your brain. Your brain is focused so much on protecting itself, the body. It's protecting the body because of the pain. It wants to try to protect it. So you're trying to do all these other things while being in the pain, and your brain just doesn't have the capacity to do it. It's like you're running a gigabyte of information through an old Commodore VIC-20, right? For those of you that don't know, Commodore VIC-20 was this cassette tape-driven computer back in the early 80s that I messed with a little bit. And it just doesn't work, right? You're throwing all this info into this small processor, and it can't do it. There's no bandwidth. There's no availability. It's like traffic. You're trying to take Atlanta rush hour traffic and put it through Canton, Ohio. It's not going to work, right? You can't take 6-7 lanes of traffic and put it down through a downtown that houses 80,000 people, right? There's how many millions in Atlanta, and you want to put them through a town of 80,000, right? There's going to be problems. There's going to be accidents. There's going to be anger. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be detours, blockages, stoppages. You can't do it. You can't do it. So I'll challenge you to look at yourself and how many irons do you have in the fire? Who are you trying to please? And if that answer for number one is not you, reevaluate your situation that you're in. It might be just that simple for you. Not really sure where we're going to go with this. I don't know how long we're going to stay on today. I have a meeting next Tuesday with, I don't even know who, a grant company. I think they are grant businesses, and we're meeting with them on behalf of Save 22. So we won't be having Tuesday talk next week. We should pop in hopefully right after Memorial Day on the 27th. We'll pop in and we'll talk about our Memorial Day weekend. I'd really love to hear what y'all are doing for yourself over Memorial Day. There should be some pretty crazy happening events. Remember, the unofficial start to summer, but for a lot of us, it is it's a somber day, right? It's a day to remember those who went before us, who have fallen either in battle at home by their own hand, or have just served and gone on, and we're still here. So we want to remember them. So I'll challenge you to take a moment, right? And remember all those that went before us that have given us this ability on Memorial Day to enjoy, hopefully, some good weather, some barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, pulled pork, whatever you're doing, right? Make sure you take the time to enjoy it, right? You can pause to remember, but don't live there. Don't stay there, right? If you're disassociating, if you're not being in that moment with your family and friends and just laughing and giggling and have a good time, maybe take a step back and kind of ground yourself, right? Kick your shoes off, kick your socks off, your sandals, your Crocs, if you're one of those kind of people, and stand in the grass, right? Ground yourself. Get that sole of your feet to touch the earth and just be, right? Just be. And while you're doing that, zoom out for a minute and realize that you're on a rock hurtling through infinite nothingness, and that infinite nothingness is getting bigger. So the choice is yours to be happy or upset. Let's take it with that. Let's see what we got here. Drebeck says they have a group of veterans going to the Indy 500 and another group at the Coca-Cola 600. Man, that is incredible. I can't wait to talk about your upcoming partnerships. I know you got some in the works, so we'd love to have you back on and talk about that. If you want to get on right now, we can talk about that and how many veterans and who did it. And hey, click that link right above you there, Pat, and we'll get you on. Senior Chief Drebeck, you are welcome to join me in if you've got the time. And that goes for anybody as well who is in the watch party here on YouTube. Click that link right up on top and I will get you on camera. We're probably going to stay on maybe till 11, maybe not. I don't really want to bloviate too much on this. I am still looking for people to email the show tuesdaytalk@save22.vet. Tell us you want to come on. Tell us about your nonprofit. Tell us about your experiences. Drebeck, Senior Chief, can't get on right now, but he will. So that'll be great. You know what? Let's plan for that after the Indy 500 and then the Coke 600. And we'll get some pictures and some media, and we'll get people to see just what it is our nonprofits are doing to help our fellow brothers and sisters who just absolutely love motorsports, right? Let's help them get out of their own way, have a good time, and realize that it's okay to not be okay. Just don't stay there. Sounds good. I don't know who else is going to be on here. What else can we talk about? Sam Center in Massillon. Man, my goodness, the Sam Center in Massillon was started by a buddy of mine, Brian Bowman, many years ago. And they are a nonprofit committed to serving area veterans and military families. Check them out on Facebook, Sam Center, Massillon, Ohio. Give them a call. They do food pantries twice a month, right? Once a month for veterans, once a month for the local community. They just opened a bigger food pantry and service center in Canal Fulton, Ohio. You can go up there. We tend to donate some things to them, whether it be clothes or toiletries, time, effort, bodies to hand out things, or just come up and hang out with them. So make sure you check out the Sam Center if you're interested. If you need a little something, right? We don't know what we don't know. So there are people out there that can help us with that. Look, man, everybody's going to the VA. Tom's going to the VA. Junior's going to the VA. Albert's at the VA. Drebeck's got stuff going on. I'm the only one that didn't have anything today. So my VA appointments are next week, and we're going to have a little nerve ablation. They're going to burn some nerves off in my back and hopefully get some relief from this nerve pain from L5S1 area back there. So that's about all I got, really. I don't know how much longer we can stay on here without any people coming in. So if you're in there, click that link, man. I'll get you right in here. And we'll see who can join. I know what's all that going on. I really could use some help on this stuff. Kind of help me out with how to make these audio files and better organization and bring over some pictures and JPEGs and photos and how to run a presentation and without screwing things up. And if this restream thing's not the right deal or somebody knows something better for me, hey, give me a shout, right? Come in, help us out. we could definitely use it. I do need you to go right down here to the Save 22 website, save22.vet. Right, we're going to bring that up, I think, and I'm going to show that to you. We need you to do some stuff for us, how to get involved. So we are going to share a screen right now, and I'm going to show you some stuff. Here we are, right in there for the Save 22 website right now. And right over here, this is where you can do your subscriptions, your name, email, phone number, and we'll keep in touch with you, right? We're going to be sending that out shortly. It's right here, right in the middle. Get involved. Get involved right here. So we're going to click down, be inspiring or be inspired. Being inspiring involves just showing up. I want you to know that. Just showing up, right? Just showing up will inspire others to do the same. Get inspired. Our healing through connections, and what we say is this: we're not therapists, right? I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clinical psychologist. I'm not any of that stuff. I'm just a dude who served for 23 years, deployed a dozen or more times. I can't even count them. I've struggled with alcoholism, suicidal ideation, anxiousness, depression, not feeling good enough, anger issues. And here we are. I'm back out here now. Just letting you know that it's okay to not be okay, guys. Really, it is. You see our picture over here with downtown Massillon, the community involvement. We do have a golf program this year. We have just provided yearly dues for, I think it's 18 or 19 veterans in the local area who play at one of our local golf courses on 2 different leagues. And we paid for their golf dues for the year. That's going to provide them with the 16 weeks of league play, a couple tournaments that they get to play in. Plus, throughout the entire year, they can play at that course for free. And the only thing they have to pay for is like $6 for a cart to help it out. These veterans range anywhere from 1965 service all the way up to 2015. And you know, that's Vietnam era, that's Gulf War I, Desert Storm, Northern Watch provide comfort, Afghanistan, Iraq, Bosnia. Man, there's so much stuff. What was that one in Africa with Black Hawk Down? Somalia, right? There are so many onesie twosies, short operations where, you know, you could have been involved in something traumatic that really kind of bothers you, and you forgot how to get out into your own goodness, right? You forgot how to go have a good time. So our golf, our motorsports, our activities, our community events let people know that, hey, man, we struggle too, but we're out here, right? We're out here letting you know that it's okay to not be okay. And to just talk with somebody about it. And if you get out into these events, you'll find that you probably served in the same area with some people. Oh, look at that. My own stuff is not logged in, so we're not going to do that on live. You can come in here and share your stuff with us. We have our historical photos from our hike, 2016, 17, 20, 23, 24. You'll see, where did it go? This was our very short one, 2020, regardless of your situation. This was our COVID year, I do believe. And there wasn't very many of us because they wouldn't let us hold it. And that was an insurance thing. We all know where that goes now, but we do have a remembrance wall on here. I want you guys to know. You can share your pictures of those who have gone before us, of who you live for. who you walk for at our stuff, at our events, who you remember. Here's some of our official partners, right? We cannot say enough about Lex June, Mike Harmon, Ryan Roulette, Only Ford, WDOG, the Rock Dog right here in Philly, and Armageddon Fest on the Atlantic City Boulevard. We'll talk a little bit with the Taylor Foundation. Mary Mottsteller, she just got back from Sonic Temple down here in Columbus, I believe it was. She was there with the Taylor Foundation. Face the Fight, funded by USAA. Another phenomenal organization to just, it's okay to not be okay. And then Stark County MAR, Mental Health and Retardation Organization, the Suicide Prevention Coalition. They are another one of our partners. All of these are links. They're all buttons. We can get in through there on all of them and show everybody what we're doing with all of our partners. You see that Taylor Foundation, USAA, Committed to the Fight, Stark County. They are all on there. Sharing tab. Okay. So again, just learning how to operate this Restream stuff here. So we're going to go back to our website, stop our screen sharing. We'll come back to me and we'll see what we got going on. Still, again, guys, thank you very much. Again, get down here to Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. Check out save22.vet right here. Get involved, donate. We can't do any of these programs without the support of you guys, and our budget for this year is approaching about $100,000. So we could really use some help, really use some funds. Get involved, volunteer, right? Email me personally right here, Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. If there's something that you want to do, if you think you can be involved and you can help us out and you want to give back, hey, do it. Let me know all about it. Tuesday Talk at save22.vet, save22.vet right down here at the bottom. And we will get you in touch with those who can help. Remember, guys, it's okay to not be okay. I'm going to bolt out of here today. We'll be back on the 27th. We're going to talk about Memorial Day, the Coke 600, the Indianapolis 500, the Memorial Day events with Mike Harmon Racing, the Formula One race at Monaco, all of our guys. Wow. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Hope to hear from you soon. Hit us up, please, right here. Tuesday Talk, save22.vet or save22.vet. If you're struggling, please reach out. Talk to somebody. 988 is the number. Press 1 if you're a veteran. Reach out to us at 833-I-SAVE-22, and any one of the 5 of us should be able to answer that phone. And if we don't answer, please know that we do have an answering system and we will check it and we will get back to you. If you just want to share a little story, please do it. I don't have to put you on the show. Tuesday Talk at save22.vet. I really want to know what Save22 has done for you. If you've visited some of our events, if you've come out to the hike, if you've done a motorsports event, if you've seen us out and about, hey, let us know. Let us know how we impacted you, because quite honestly, we don't know those that we impact. We really only know those that we don't get. And I'll share with you that this morning at 6:45, I got a text that a friend of a friend lost his battle. And, it's troublesome because it really only hurts those who are left behind. Right. And Gordo, if you're listening, Junior, man, I love you, buddy. And I want you to reach out if you need it. I'll call you later today. Just know that you're not alone, and all we can do is keep going. We'll try and reach these guys, but just know that there's some that you're just not going to reach. And there's nothing that we can do about that. So we're still here. We're still trying. We still want to let you know it's okay to not be okay. And just talk to somebody. Talk to me, right? I'll do my best. I do listen. I do talk a lot, but I do listen, right? And I think what you're missing is the individual who validated your emotion, right? That might be what you're missing, or validates your experience, that it was hard, that it's not easy, that it sucked. Um, but I would change your perspective, right? Try to talk to yourself a little bit differently, right? You did everything that you knew how to do at that time, and you made it. And that's the bottom line. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to get mad and upset and not know where to turn or who to talk to. And, sometimes there just isn't an answer. There isn't a why. There isn't a how. So that's where, I'll just say it, faith, right? Believe that where you are is right where you are supposed to be. I don't want to get into religion or spirituality, because some people get turned off by that. I know what worked for me, and I know what works now, and I know what I get like when I don't do those things. Um, my belief is, might be normal, might not be normal. I don't know. I just believe that we have to convince our own brain, our own selves, through the words that we use to talk to ourselves, that we're okay. For so long, we've been told there's something wrong with you because of PTSD. You're not normal because you've been to combat. You're not normal because of this. And this isn't the way things are supposed to be. Well, I'm here to tell you that there ain't a human being on this planet that I know of that has not suffered some sort of trauma, whether it was sent to your room with no dinner, or sit in front of your dinner until you eat it all. And if you don't eat it, you're going to bed hungry, or you watch your best friend get blown up, or, the kids, I don't know, you turned your back and your kid burnt themselves on the stove, which I did once, right? My kid reached up, touched the stove, burned himself. So I beat myself up over having to take a phone call and turning my back. There's a lot of things out there that can cause a trauma in somebody's life. And all it is a little switch inside of your brain, in my opinion, that says you're stuck in the negative. And if you can realize that you're stuck in the negative, congratulations, you took the first step, right? You don't like being in the negative, so let's make it positive. How are you going to do that? I don't know. Let's start off with getting a nice cup of coffee and maybe taking a 15-minute walk this morning and putting your phone down and just realizing that the sun came out, the birds are chirping, there's a roof over your head, there's money in your bank account. Might not be how much you wanted, but there's money in your bank account, there's food in your refrigerator, there's food in the pantry, the bed is made, the clothes are done, whatever it is. Turn it to a positive. I don't care. Make it positive, because that's all that you have, is the way that you talk to yourself. You are the one that's going to make yourself better. Nobody else. You cannot control anyone else. You cannot control the actions of anyone else. You cannot control the words of anyone else. The only thing you control is the way that you talk to yourself and the way that you react to the situations as they present themselves to you. So please know that it's okay to not be okay. Get some help. Talk to somebody. Hang out. Have a cup of coffee. Whatever you need to do. Go for a ride on a stationary bike with a computer screen in front of you and go ride through the mountains. I don't care. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better, do it. Take that time for yourself. That's what we mean by saying yes to yourself. All right, I'm done bloviating. I'm going to let y'all go. I'll talk at y'all later. Don't forget to hit us up. Tuesday talk at save22.vet. Save22.vet, 1-833 I save 22. Let us know your story. Come on the show. Talk to us. Bring us out. Donna, thank you, ma'am. Not bad for off the cup or off the cuff, in the cup. I don't know, whatever. But hey, we could really use some people to interview. So shoot us an email, send us some stuff, shoot me a text, call us, find us on Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter, the X, the whatever, YouTube. Comment right here. Talk at y'all soon. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this outro, shall we? I don't know how I would do that, but maybe if, big thanks to Josh. Josh did our intro there, and I absolutely loved it. And now I lost it on how to get over to the outro. So we're going to just fade to black.